This is a quick guide to show you how to facilitate an Adobe Connect session as a presenter. So you may have been invited to present in an Adobe Connect session and the host has set up the room for you and they've asked you, could you present on this topic at this time? And they would send you the Adobe Connect room. And you've clicked into the room at hopefully at least 20 minutes beforehand so you can iron out any issues and have a test run. But once you log in, they will give you access rights to be a presenter. And as a presenter, you may want to have your video feed from your webcam enabled. So I'm just quickly going to start my webcam. You can do this by clicking in the video pod or the little webcam icon here, and make sure you click start sharing for them to see your live feed. Okay, also as a presenter you need to be wary of whether your audience or participants can hear you, so make sure again your microphone is green and active and not disabled, and also not inactive. So make sure you have your microphone settings correct. Again, you might have a chat pod to address any queries. People might say, I can't hear you, or could you go back and talk about that point in your presentation. So that's always there. I would always suggest having two people, one to manage the chat pod, and if you're presenting it's very hard to keep an eye on the chat pod and also focus on your presentation. So when you have a presentation ready, whether it be PowerPoint or PDF, you would have a share pod, and from this pod you have the following options. You can choose to share your screen, document or whiteboard. Now if it's a PDF or a PowerPoint that you want to share through Adobe Connect, you would have to upload your document first. You can browse your computer and find that file, and these are some already in the room. So for example, if I want to showcase this PDF to the participants in the room, I open that up and you can see you can play around with the zoom settings and navigate through your document. You can also annotate while you're speaking using the draw option here, and also add a pointer so you can focus on a particular part of your document. Okay, so if you wanted to move on to another document, you stop sharing that one and proceed to open up another document. Now the most common way to present is to share your screen or what you're doing on your device, and you have desktop applications or Windows. I wouldn't normally choose desktop because I can see everything within your screen, so any emails coming through, notifications will be displayed to everyone. I only use desktop if I need to show how to use the operating system or something within there. And then you have applications or Windows. I normally would choose applications because if there was another window that opened within that application, that would be shared as well. If you just chose a specific window of a piece of software and then it opened up another window, that window won't be displayed to the audience. So I'm going to share an application, and it may be a Word document, and what that would do is switch to that application full screen. So you may feel a little bit disoriented because you can't see what's happening in the Adobe Connect room. This is what happens when you're on a single monitor display, and that's why it's always handy to have someone else present with you to log in as from a guest perspective to see what everyone else is seeing. So you'll proceed and navigate through your document, and when you're finished with that, you can click Stop Sharing and go back to your Adobe Connect room and possibly check on the chat pod. Another thing you may want to share is a web browser. And again, you'll navigate through what you want to share with your participants. And when you're finished, you will just stop sharing that application. And you'll do the same if you want to share your PowerPoint presentation in full screen. You'll just find it in your applications that are open. So that's sharing a presentation using as a presenter, and just make sure your audio is enabled and you disable it when you do need to have a conversation with colleagues on your site that you don't want everyone to hear.